welcome to Love and Romance Tarot Readings. I am super excited to get into today's reading because today we're tapping into your next relationship. We're going to see who it's going to be with, everything that we can get to describe that person, and then we're going to see when you're going to enter that relationship and when it's going to come about. So like I said, I'm excited. My Etsy shop is listed in the description below if you'd like a private tarot reading. That is where you can find me. Other than that, pause the video if you need more time with the piles. And we're just going to jump in. So we have group 1 with the Tarot of the Divine and the Zebra Stone Crystal Point. Group 2 with the Mermaid Tarot and the Galactophane Crystal Point. Group 3 with Miss Cleo's Tarot Power Deck and the Apatite Stone Crystal Point. And group 4 with the Crystal Visions Tarot and the Smoky Quartz Crystal Point. So like I said, take as much time as you need, but we're just gonna get started. All right, group 1 with the Zebra Stone, your next long-term relationship, with who and when, using the Tarot of the Divine for you guys today. And I'm very excited to see what we get today. So let's get started. Spirit, this is for group 1 with the Zebra Stone. Show me the energy of their next long-term partner. Show me their energy. What is the energy of that person? Got one that flipped over. Saturn. Okay, so this person is Saturnian. Saturn energy is daddy energy. You know, Saturn is definitely the planet of karma. There's no way to completely ignore that. So there's definitely a serious, more stoic, wise energy coming from this person. We also got water, which is really good. I feel like that'll balance it out. And we actually got Cancer that showed up. So that'll be good as well. Cancer is a water sign represented by the crab, which I love because with Saturn energy, the crab is like perfect. You know, crabs can move in any direction. They can live on land. They can live on sea. So this is someone who's very in touch with their feminine energy and their water energy, the subconscious, the unconscious, their feelings. Someone who makes space for that water, and someone who can move in any direction. So I love that energy with the Saturn and Cancer combination, because that lets me know that this person is more serious, stoic. They've lived a lot of life or learned a lot of lessons, but also someone who can move in any direction. They can work hard, they can play hard, they can have fun, they can be serious when they need to. Life isn't a joke to them, life isn't a game to them, but life also isn't so serious to the point where they're just gonna take their entire life and, you know, be serious and learn lessons and have unrealistic expectations of themselves and other people. So coming right out the gate, I'm really liking this energy. I feel like this is a good balance. You guys may be my more mature pile, my pile who you're ready for like your forever relationship, or, you know, this reading of course is about your next long-term relationship, but you guys are pretty much, there's an energy here of, you know what it is that you need. Either that, or this person is a product of the universe showing you what you need. So if you're feeling kind of lost in the sauce, like it's hard for you to know what it is that you need or want in a relationship, you're having a hard time asking spirit for, you know, what it is that, like a person that really understands you because you're still learning yourself, this is going to be like your saving grace. Spirit, give me a couple more. The energy of group 1, their next long-term relationship. We got Scorpio, which is crazy because I knew Scorpio would come out. Soon as I went to shuffle these cards, I was hearing Scorpio, 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 and now here it is. So this person has a dark mystery to them. This person I'm picking up specifically doesn't believe in sharing, like they don't really like to vent. I feel like they will share like what they've been through or whatever it is, you know, that may benefit you or be important to you, but they're really not the type to dump. They don't trauma dump. They don't expect you to be their therapist or their cheerleader. They keep that internal. And it doesn't surprise me with the Saturn energy. Scorpio lets me know this person has a past. They're used to constantly regenerating themselves. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, the planet of beginning and ending. So there's definitely an energy of this person has lived a lot of lives in one. And it may have started very early. Okay. But yeah, it's, first of all, Scorpio can be a bit secretive and mysterious, mainly because they know themselves. They're tapped into their water. They understand not everyone can handle the truth. Not everyone can take the intensity or the full energy of Scorpio. So this person is just kind of used to sharing certain things, but keeping certain things, you know, tucked away. And they also have the Saturnian energy, so they have the tools to heal themselves and to understand themselves. Tapping into their energy, they've really gotten to know themselves, and there's just an energy of them really like going through quite a few lives and learning these. I feel, I'm trying to avoid it, but I really do feel like this person may have struggled with like maybe substances, or they're clean from something, like some sort of addiction. It could be an addiction to relationships, codependency, could be an addiction to sex, could, with the Scorpio energy. We have Mars here though, so surprisingly they still have so much masculine energy and control, and they really face their fears. Like this is a person that faces their fears, faces opposition with ease. Like this is someone who's very comfortable with who they are, proud of it, very strong, secure, sure of themselves. Wow, that keeps happening. I was hearing community, community, community. And then the community card came out here. This person is kind of like at demigod status at the point that you're meeting them, because they're very psychic, and it doesn't surprise me. We've got 2 of the 3 water signs, and then the water element itself showed up. So it's just very interesting how water and fire can commingle together, how feminine energy can sit side by side, you know, with masculine energy, and how you can still have a cohesive whole person and relationship. We have fulfillment and community. I love this. You guys may be looking for your people. You know, you may feel like people don't understand you, or you don't resonate with anyone. Just really disconnected from other people. Looking for your own community of like-minded people, or people who have the same beliefs or desires as you. So say for an example, you know, you are in a point in your life where you would like to build your own community and live off of social media. This person is well connected. They have the ability to make that dream come true for you. And we have fulfillment, so you're really gonna like this person. So I say be open. You know, there's some qualities in them that can be a little bit intimidating, you know, when you know that somebody has their own super strong sense of self, they've been through some life. It can be uncomfortable if you're more of a timid person, or if you don't have very much masculine energy, or if you don't have an anchored, strong, grounded sense of self. It can feel kind of uncomfortable to try to stand up against this energy. I don't mean stand up to them in the face of conflict. I mean like stand side by side with this person and feel equal when you have so much respect and adoration for them because of who they are. But we have the happiness card. So interestingly enough, you're definitely in their soft spot. It's so funny. I love this trope, like the you know, hard, rough around the edges masculine, and then like the sweet girly pop feminine. I just love that juxtaposition. I love to see when people have a soft spot for their person in relationships, and that's exactly what I see here. It's like you really are the light of their life. You make them so happy, genuinely. They feel very connected with you, and they also feel like they can go deep with you, and it's something that'll develop over the years. It's not something you'll get right away. I mean, this person just has too much responsibility. They're a go-getter. They know when to act. They know when to hold, when to fold. Scorpio is already very mysterious and a bit, you know, it's like you can feel the intensity energetically, but you don't see it, you know, because of like what I was saying before, you know, Scorpios have learned to kind of suppress their intensity or their true selves so that they can kind of like have a cohesive experience where everyone feels comfortable. And then we have Saturn, the planet of karma and lessons. So this person, they've already learned, likely through experience, like it's better to hold yourself back. You don't want to tell your entire life story to a complete stranger, regardless if that person is your partner or not. Trust is earned, not something that should be given. And so is loyalty. Loyalty doesn't come with a title. Loyalty comes with patience, experience, and time. So you'll get to know this person quite well, but I feel like I'm hearing 3 years. It's going to take a few years to really get there. So we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. This person is taking the lead, which also may be something you've been looking for. We have the Hierophant and the Knight of Coins in reverse. So you may have specifically asked Spirit for things in your life that could make it easy for you. You know, you don't want to have to worry about bringing something to the table and providing, always making decisions with the Hierophant. You want to relax at this point in your life. You want some time where you can literally not think and kind of be taken care of. There's also an energy here of you guys wanting to lean further into your feminine energy, which is interesting because the Queen of Swords is the most masculine of the queens. And with this in reverse, it's like, okay, I've been very masculine because I've had to take care of myself or my child if you have any kids, or, you know, I've had to grow up and learn things and, you know, handle things. I've been in my masculine energy working, whatever it is for you, for a while. And I want to be able to allow, I want my partner to take initiative and say, hey, be ready. I don't know why my throat is so dry all of a sudden. Be ready at this time, you know, I got it, just be ready. Or you're ready to be in a relationship where you don't have to be the responsible one all the time. Like, you want to be able to trust that your partner, even when things get hot and heavy, will hold back so you guys can continue to really get to know each other before you take it there. Like, you want someone who has a lot of restraint and is truly like a true partner. We have the Judgment card in reverse, so I'm hearing like either it's not the right time or it hasn't been the right time. I'll pull from my timeline deck in a second. Spirit, what's going on here? 6 of Coins in reverse. You tried to invest in someone who wasn't the right person, perhaps, is what it is. It's not time, it's the person. That's not the right person you were supposed to have that experience with. Oh! And there's confirmation right there. What is the Fool? A new beginning. The Fool is in reverse and we have Justice here. So this is the right time. It wasn't right before. 6 of Coins in reverse. Spirit is kind of saying, you know, you ended up in that situation because you had things to learn, but they were never supposed to be your happily ever after. You may have assumed that they were going to be or really wanted them to be, but the truth is you guys were meant to serve a purpose in each other's lives, whether this is talking about your last relationship, all the relationships that you've been in. We have the 7 of Cups here, so it very well could have been multiple relationships. But we have the 9 of Wands and the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. So there's an energy of you kind of being at the very tail end. I feel like you guys are back at the 1, which is the thing. Like when you see like 999 or 1010, a lot of times that represents a new beginning or any combinations of 9s and 1s. But when you're at the 10, you're actually at the new start. So if you're seeing 999, that's this 9 of Wands energy of you really being right there. So we have the 2 of Coins in reverse. Things are going to get easier for you moving forward. And the 7 of Cups here actually lets me know there may be like a mini challenge, or how can I explain this? It's kind of like an energy of you may have some options, which is interesting to me, which we have the 3 of Coins. Wow. So there's almost an energy with this next relationship, and this is the relationship you're going to end up in. So you are passing the test. But there's a little bit of a test. Like there's options you're going to have when this relationship is starting off. So don't be surprised if you meet this person and they're perfectly as I describe here, but your ex comes back, or there's another person trying to get your attention. It's giving me like one final, you know, chance for you to show that this is really what you want and what you're willing to surrender to, because there's so much value here. But it's like luxury, you know, like it's expensive. So yeah, there's extra you have to do. Like when you go into Hermes, you can't just buy a bag. You have to be invited to the back. And also you can't just go in and, you know, think you're gonna get an appointment. People have to wait for months. Some people have to wait for years, especially depending on the bag that they want. So there's like, it's annoying, right? When you get this test and it's like, well, damn, Spirit, I thought you said this was for me. Like, I still got more to do. Like, it feels unfair, but that's the reality. Like, this is luxury. This is someone who is very, very valuable. And so are you, truthfully. So we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. It's going to be a little uncomfortable. 7 of Coins in reverse at the bottom of the deck. You're probably not going to be feeling it. Feeling like you have to humble yourself. But in order to be in alignment with this person, someone who has been humbled by the universe and has learned to humble themselves, if you're going to match that frequency and move forward with that person, it only makes sense that you'll feel some of that, because that's the reality. Even though the relationship is very good, the reality is this is a person of value and so are you. So you have to match that frequency. So that's very interesting that there's going to be a little bit of a test here. Let me see, Spirit. For group 1, what is the timeline here? We got divine timing is at play. We got number 8. And we have April 20th to May 20th. So any of these could be confirmation for you as well. Like if you're born on the 8th or in August, or if you're a Taurus, that could be confirmation. We didn't get Taurus for their energy. So this would definitely have to do with the timeline. I mean, they could be a Taurus, but divine timing is at play, and that's the thing with the Judgment card energy. The Judgment card is an opportunity. It's not a guarantee. You have to surrender to the judgment. You have to, your heart gets weighed, you know. It's like, it's not, like I said, a guarantee. So with that divine timing, that makes purple sense. With purple? What the heck? That makes perfect sense. Purple may be your favorite color or significant in some way. I literally don't know why I said purple. But that does make perfect sense to me with the Judgment card being in reverse and you having to go through that other relationship before you got here. Spirit, what else can you tell me about the time? We have Thursday, 04. And then one more. Anything else, Spirit? Okay. Let's see. We got Pisces season. Oh, I love this, which is February 19th to March 20th, because we got Pisces season and then we got Taurus season. So that, it depends on your actions. So Spirit is saying it can come through sooner. It'll depend on your actions, and you really want to get tapped into your higher self, to your intuition, because I feel like the action is going to be inspired. It's going to be inspired action. So if you're tapped into your higher self, if you're tapped into your timeline, if you're tapped into your intuition, your third eye, your solar plexus as well, you will feel this. Also, we have limitations inspire innovation. So you may be struggling to date right now. Maybe because you work a lot, maybe because you have kids. And a part of this process is you finding a way where you still get to have what it is that you want. We have You Are Magic that just came up. So this is giving me an energy that some of you have honestly kind of given up. Some of you have kind of given up at this point. And you've just fully surrendered, but you're taking no action, even if it's inspired. Whatever it is that you can do, you may not be doing that because you're just like, okay, I give it all to God. But this existence is a co-creation. You know, 3 of Pentacles is you're the body, you're the vessel here on earth, you know? So there is something that, you know, you will be inspired to do, but it'll be very doable. So a part of your process is going to be opening up to, exactly, we have the now, what you can do. I can get like frustrated personally where it's like, man, I can't do it, so I'm just gonna like totally focus on something else. And if it's meant to be, it'll come through. But some things you still have the ability to do, and Spirit is saying focus on the now versus the future. You may do that a lot to yourself, which is interesting because I just heard future faking. Someone may have future faked with you, but to be a magnet for that energy, perhaps you future fake yourself a lot, you know, making yourself feel comfortable in the now by saying, okay, well, when things open up in the future, I'll do it, or as soon as I get this, I'll do it, you know. But there's things that you won't necessarily do, or, you know, you may be making yourself promises and giving yourself like excuses to why you can't or won't do something now because in the future is a better time. But once that time comes or that opportunity comes, you still never take it. So you're kind of future faking yourself, and causing yourself to be disappointed. And then Spirit's like, and then you're gonna blame me? Oh no. But this is very interesting because this reminds me of the other day. I was like, okay, if somebody sends me some money in the next like hour, I'm gonna get Popeyes for dinner. I really wanted some fried chicken. I really wanted some Popeyes. I got double what I asked Spirit for. I asked Spirit, okay, send me $30 because they got that $30 meal deal. Listen, I had my whole meal prepared. And I was like, okay, Spirit, send me $30. If you send me $30, I'm getting Popeyes. I got sent $60 within the next hour. Like, which is freaky because I don't get sent money a lot. It was just crazy how it all happened. But once I got that $60, double what I needed to allow myself the luxury of Popeyes, I didn't do it. I ended up keeping that money and saving it to make some food at home. And it's just like, dang, it's crazy how you think like, oh, when I get that $1,000, I'm gonna put this down payment on this house. I'm gonna get this house. You get the $1,000, you don't do it. You end up doing something else, you know, future faking yourself or convincing yourself that in the future it'll be a better time. But you'd be surprised at when the opportunity comes, how you still won't take it. So anyways, tapping into this energy, group one, focus on the now, focus on strengthening those chakras. This opportunity is coming towards you. There's a little bit of a challenge in the beginning, some sort of choice here with the 7 of Cups where it's like someone else may be making you an offer at the same time, and you will have to choose the one that's best for you, and that'll kind of determine your future. But this is the person we've tapped into today, so I do feel you're going to be choosing this person. And that is what I got for you. My Etsy is below if you want a private tarot reading. That is where you can find me. But that was your reading today. I'll talk to you soon. All right, group 2 with the Galactophane Crystal Point. We're using the Mermaid Tarot for you guys today. This is your reading, tapping into your next long-term relationship, when it will be, and who it will be with. All right, let's see. Spirit, show me the person group 2 with the Galactophane will be with, their next long-term relationship. Show me that person. Who are they? Oh my God, this is very, very interesting. I don't know that I've ever had Neptune and Venus come out together, but this is a very dreamy energy. Venus energy, Libra is ruled by Venus, Pisces is ruled by Neptune. Neptune is the planet of the unconscious and the subconscious, which there was a transit earlier this year, 2022, and I forget what it was. It was like maybe Jupiter conjunct Neptune, I'm pretty sure. So expansion through the subconscious and the unconscious, and during that time I was listening to a lot of subliminals to program my unconscious and subconscious so that Jupiter can then expand what was in my unconscious and subconscious. But I was trying to figure out what the energy, like how to describe the energy of Neptune. But the thing is, when you're trying to describe something, you're using your logical mind to make sense of it. And Neptune can only fully be surrendered to and experienced. It can't be like understood in a logical kind of way because it's on the polar opposite side of the spectrum, the unconscious and the subconscious. So yeah, Neptune is a dreamy energy. It's something that people say dreamy because, you know, your dreams don't really make much sense, you know, they're very fantastical, and you could lucid dream and you can have these otherworldly, unexplainable experiences, but still it's kind of hard to make complete sense and know completely what your dreams, you know, kind of mean. It can only be experienced, you know, you take it for kind of what it is. So that's Neptunian energy. There isn't a perfect way to describe this person, but expect feelings to come up that you've never felt or that are hard to explain. Expect the relationship to feel very kind of magical and mystical, unexplainable. Other people won't necessarily understand it. And then we have Venus. The planet of pleasure. Oh, Venus, Venus, Venus. Venus wears a mask, you know. Venus doesn't show you who she is at first. She's all about stimuli and desire, relationships and connection, but she is everything, not just the good parts of connection and relationship, but also the parts that are uncomfortable. So this person is going to activate you in a way that you've never been activated. They're going to make you feel a way that you've never felt before. Like I said, I've never had them come out like together as the leading energies of a person. So this person is very, first of all, catered to you. Very romantic in a way that is not average. Like this person, if they're trying to woo you or romance you, it's not dinner, flowers, it's like so much more. Like, oh my God. Also, I'm seeing the intimacy. It's going to be off the charts with this person. The way that you're going to physically connect with them, it's like they're a puzzle piece perfectly fitting your body. It's like you guys just make sense. You're on the same wave. And then we got Mars here. So the first masculine energy showing up, and it's Mars, you know, the god of war, most powerful. So this person, they're very intense. They have a very strong, quiet intensity about them. Everything about them is very intense. Their gaze, the way that they look at you, the way that they talk to you, they're very straight up as well with their communication. Like they'll ask you, like, when you guys are intimate with each other, what do you want from me? What do you want me to do to you right now? Like they're just very straightforward in that way. Oh my goodness. And then we have Uranus, another outer planet, neck and neck with Neptune. You know, Uranus is the great awakener, but that's the thing. The reason why it awakens you, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, by the way. To give you an idea of what this energy could look like. But I'm pretty sure it's ruled by Uranus. I actually don't know for sure. But Uranus in itself is the great awakener, and the reason that it's such an awakener is because it reveals to you, again, feelings, things you've never experienced. You'll have some experiences with this person that you've never done with anyone else. Feel things you've never felt. That's why it's so activating. That's why it's such an awakener, because it reveals to you things that you haven't had access to or experienced before. So there's a really strong energy here of you guys being very tied at the hip, very attached to each other. I gotta be honest, like I really do feel like you're gonna develop a strong attachment to this person really kind of right away. It's gonna feel like someone you really can't be without. And then we have Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a sign of travel, study. Sagittarians like to study religions, different cultures. They like to have like friendly debates. They're passionate, very strong in their beliefs, have a strong sense of self. They like to travel, explore, and experience. So this is someone who's all about new experiences in every sense of the word, in every way, from where you go to what you do together to, I mean, even like on a spiritual level. I feel like you guys may have your own spiritual practice together, which is just so beautiful. Like as a family, I just heard, as a unit, you know, you meditate together, or you do like different spiritual couple exercises and things like that. Wow, Spirit for group 2, show me the nature of this relationship. We have simplicity. I'm seeing clean eating. I'm also seeing a plain aesthetic, like a clean home, which is surprising with Neptune and Venus. Like, that's a very creative energy. That's a very creative person. And Uranus, that's someone who could be into oddities or art or abstract art and concepts and things like that. So maybe it's just the relationship will be very simple. We know our roles, or we know how we fit together. It's very simple. You know, the relationship itself, especially if you've ever been in a third party situation or in an unrequited love situation where the other person didn't reciprocate feelings or things like that. With this person, it is very simple. They don't confuse you. They don't make you feel confused. It's like, you know where they stand. You know how they feel for you. The relationship itself is a relationship. You know, it's not something that you have to guess like how they feel about you or what are we. You guys really do see eye to eye in that way. So we have the Power card here. I'm hearing 8s and seeing 8s. The 8-8 portal may have been really significant for you in some way. That may have been a day where you really went for it as far as like manifestation or meditation, whatever. You may have had some sort of breakthrough around that time. You may be born in August or on the 8th of the month, or vice versa. This person could be. But honestly, this is just talking about, see, that's the thing. When you have the logical, the action, the masculine with the feminine, the feeling, the intuition, the subconscious, the unconscious, it really does make for true power, because you're whole. You're someone who can be comfortable and can navigate in all energies. You know when to take action, and you also know when to surrender and to allow yourself to feel. And you also surrender to the things that don't necessarily make sense. That's when you have true power, you know, through wholeness. And that is definitely something that you'll have in this relationship. Spirit, give me one more. Action. You guys may be very creative. So you may have a history of really building your partners up in your head and seeing them for their potential. The thing that really sets this person apart from other people you may have dated is that they take action towards you to keep you. It's about action. It's not just about their words. Like, even if your love language is words of affirmation, you still need action for a relationship to work. And that's what this person puts in. Both of you guys are really in your power in this relationship. There's an energy here of you guys being what the other needed. It's just like having the security and also the inspiration. I was actually hearing first, inspiration. This person naturally inspires you to be the best that you can possibly be, because you really have something to, I don't want to say live for, but something to really like work for. This is a relationship that very naturally inspires you and makes you want to take action, makes you want to be disciplined and do the things that you don't want to do. And this person has a lot of masculine energy themselves with that Sagittarius and very masculine Mars energy. Let's see what else we got. I am seeing in the beginning of the relationship, it's going to be a little difficult. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse, which is interesting. So there's a natural surrender that you have to this person. But we have the Lovers in reverse and then Temperance. So you guys are not necessarily getting together in a romantic way. Like, the energies have to balance themselves out, because you are two very powerful people in your own right. You may be a total boss and they are vice versa. You both have different things that you bring to the table, you know, for a lack of like better words. Like, you know, spiritually, we don't honor that because it's feminine energy. We honor hustle culture, but you need the feminine. You need the feminine energy so you can know what to do, so you can have that connection to your feelings and the unconscious, because there's a whole fifth element that is the ether, that is black matter, that surrounds us every day and that influences our lives. And if you have no connection to that, you can only, your success is highly capped. So that's very interesting. You guys, Ace of Swords in reverse, are both going to have to kind of surrender to each other in the beginning. It's not like, oh, we're starting and it's super romantic, we're kissy. It's more like, okay, there's almost a little bit of conflict, there's conflict, surrender, and then temperance. And I don't know how to explain the conflicts because the Ace of Swords is in reverse. So I am seeing like just this energy where both of you kind of surrender to each other, but there's things that you don't see eye to eye about, that you're bumping heads about. But I don't know, you'll see that through experience what that looks like for you, because I'm not feeling like war, like you guys are at war, that you guys are having like the stereotypical conflict where it's arguments and things like that. It feels different. So, and a lot of this relationship is like spiritual and the unseen, you know, with Uranus, unexpected, you know, a first. So it's kind of hard to say what it would look like when you haven't seen it before or experienced it, and it's not like normal. Yeah, you guys are really taking your time with each other. I feel like you're coming into this relationship when you both know what it is that you need, or what it is the relationship needs to be built on, because we have the Empress card here. So it's like, I'm not surrendering to any old body. I know my value. I am very fertile. Any guy would be lucky to have me. Any girl person would be lucky to have me, regardless if we honor feminine energy as a society at all. When you are, you don't have to prove yourself. So I don't see you proving yourself. I see you surrendering. It's funny because this person, you know, they're kind of triggered by your energy naturally, so they may be asking you questions or saying certain things that usually, or at a previous point in your journey, you would, you know, want to convince them that you're the person for them, but you're waiting to see if this person's the person for you. Like, for an example, it's like you going on a date, and say you're going on a date, you're a girl, they're a guy, and they're like, yeah, I need a very patient person. That's something that's a deal breaker for me in a relationship. You are so strong in your power and who you are that if you were impatient, you'd be like, yeah, no, I'm totally impatient. That is not my strong suit. You know, there's like an energy of you kind of stating the facts or who you are. And even if it's completely opposite of what this person says that they want, you're not conforming. You're not attaching value to this person before you see it. You're not conforming, trying to convince them that you're someone that you're not. You're keeping it a stack, and you know your value. And if they really want to be with you, then they will find a way to work with someone who isn't patient, like in this example. But that's how I see you. You're like, I'm not begging for nobody. I'm not trying to convince anybody that I'm the person for them. Are you even the person for me? Like, I'm trying to see what I need to see. I'm not worried about your experience like that. So, and that's the thing. It's like conflict, but it's internal conflict, you know, with that Neptunian energy. It's like internal conflict. It's like, dang, okay, so they're impatient. Can I deal with this? And then they'll choose to move forward, and then, you know, you'll move forward. It's kind of like that. It's not like conflicts like, oh, we're arguing about it. What is there to argue about? Like, I am who I am. It kind of is what it is. So we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, you know. Let me flip over the Seven of Pentacles so you can see the card. She's pregnant, and they got the, you know, the bassinet here, and they're preparing for a child, right? They're preparing to move forward with each other, but this is in reverse. So this lets me know that the start of your relationship is not like, oh, I know you're the person for me. And it's not completely opposite either. It's kind of like, okay, yes, I feel naturally attracted to you, but I'm not going to associate value that you haven't earned, or I'm not going to treat you like you're the love of my life if I don't see the structure that I need to see. So Five of Wands in reverse, this relationship is not built on passion. It's built on, are we actually compatible? Are we choosing to surrender to each other? Because at the end of the day, it's a choice. So let me get a time frame on this, Spirit, for group 2. When are they meeting this person? Show me the timeline. We have a 4. You may be born on the 4th of the month, or this could be happening in April. We have months, so depending on when you're watching this, April could be months away. We also have 02, so this could be February or the 2nd of the month. Wait it out for a better time. So you may be feeling very anxious, and Spirit is kind of like giving you this energy, like this is the home stretch. This is the home stretch. Wait it out. Don't try to force it. the thing is, I feel like you guys are very naturally spiritual, and you've been able to manifest things recently. But it's been through like surrender and allowing things to be done for you, allowing them to come through instead of worrying about them or, you know, driving yourself crazy about it. So there's this interesting energy group too, where it's like Spirit is telling you, you'll know when to act, and you really having to show that you know that and believe that by remaining patient, because you're gonna know when the time is right to act. But there's something here. Oh, that's so funny. We got April that came up, and we got the 04 that came up before. So this could be happening by April or in April. Like I said, we also got the 2, and then we just got another number that came out, which is the 1, which would be January. So everything's kind of lining up, you guys, depending on when you're watching this, because I know when I'm posting it, April would be a little bit over a few months. A few is like technically 3, but April is not, you know, it's too far away. Or January, 02, February, January, February. We have months here, so it's coming in relatively soon. And Spirit is saying you're gonna know when it's time to act. 9 of Swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Don't overthink it. You know, focus on other things so that you don't become impatient and do things that would get you out of alignment. This is that home stretch where you really want to be as disciplined as possible. And that's funny because 4 in numerologically is the number of structure and building a solid foundation. There's a lot of patience that comes along with the 4. But I feel like, you know, 01 representing the self, you're ready. 02 representing balance, harmony, desire, fulfillment, is also here. Like Spirit knows what it is that you need. We got stop, drop, and ground. Stop, drop, and ground. So as soon as you feel like making an impulsive decision, if it's not inspired by your intuition, or if it's coming from a place of lack or a place of fear or a place of worry, stop, drop, and ground. Put your feet in the dirt. You can go to even like a hardware store like Lowe's or Menards, one of those type of stores, and you know, you can get some dirt. You can get some dirt that, so if you don't like have the ability to go outside and put your feet in any dirt or any sand, you can still do that in your home, like in the tub or something, where it's like, you know, you can easily clean it up or do whatever you need to do. Be creative, but really work on grounding. I would wear a necklace that makes you feel really grounded. Moss agate is good for that, for kind of like keeping you level. And then we have change maker, make wave. So Spirit is saying like it's a balance of the feminine and the masculine, of feeling and then acting based off of the feeling. And there will be a time where you will be able to take action and you'll know it. And in the meantime, we got fierce serenity, which is crazy because, you know, protecting your peace can actually be quite a challenge and require a lot of action. So even though you're being called to be serene and sit in this serenity frequency, the action you may have to take may be fierce. You may need to, you know, cut back on the content that's making you want to try to, you know, go backwards, or disconnect from, you know, friends and family if they're just trying to rush you into a relationship or get you to do something that you know is out of alignment for who you are and what you've learned. And this is the time for fierce serenity, but it's coming, you guys, and it's coming rather soon. So yeah, that is what I got for you guys. My Etsy is linked in the description below if you'd like your own private tarot reading. That is where you can find me, but that's what I got for you today, group 2. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group 3 with the Appetite Crystal Point, this is your reading using Miss Cleo's Tarot Card deck for you guys today. to see your next long-term relationship and when and with who it's going to be with. So Spirit, let's get right into it. Show me group 3's person, their next long-term relationship. Show me that person they're with. Who is that person? We got Virgo and Aquarius. Honestly, in my opinion, two of the most misunderstood signs. I feel like people just really don't understand Aquarius or Virgo. Virgo has this amazing ability to hold their composure, but trust everything that's going on inside of you is also going on inside of them. They just have the strength and the discipline to conceal it. Virgo is definitely one of those signs that will lose the battle so that they can win the war. They'll take a minor setback if it's going to lead to the bigger thing. A Virgo is definitely someone you want to have on your team as an entertainer, because they will not be a yes man to you. They just have this ability to really hold their composure and stay with the fixed vision. Virgo's also known for being very organized, and that shows up in their internal worlds. They have the ability to compartmentalize, their emotions and also what needs to be done. So if it's not the time to tap into emotions, Virgo's not tapping into emotions. They have a lot of self-control. Now, Aquarius is the water bearer. This is a very emotionally mature person. Very interesting to see the surrounding cards that come out with this energy. You know, Aquarius, a lot of people see them as aloof. That's the thing. Aquarius is so tapped in. They know exactly what you want from them, but Aquarius is the water bearer. They keep their emotions or desires hidden, not only so you can't use them against them, but also so that they can make decisions based on what they truly want, uninfluenced. So I like immediately right away, I'm like, wow, this is a very interesting energy, Virgo and Aquarius coming up for you guys, group 3, because those are two signs that people a lot of times really don't understand. We have Uranus. Yeah. I would, like I said, I'm very interested to see what else we get that shows up for them. Uranus is the great awakener. Uranus is the planet of surprise, sudden change. So this person is going to show you a world that you've never seen in a way, and we'll see how that will manifest in your 3D reality. But a lot of thoughts, feelings, energies, places even that you have not experienced will be experienced with this person. Also, I'm hearing this person knows all the good restaurants. I just heard that, very specific. We have Capricorn and Air, which is funny because Capricorn wanted to jump out before, but I didn't want to take it unless it completely fell on the table. So I know this is an energy this person has because it did come out after the fact. And then we have Air, which would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but Air in itself is something you can't see, but definitely something that you can feel, something that you can't harness, but a very powerful force, you know, can huff and puff and blow your house down. So this is someone with a lot of power, a lot of emotional power specifically. Like, they can make you feel everything, but they also have the ability to feel nothing if they need to. Someone who can stay calm in a difficult situation. Capricorn, someone who is about their bucks, someone who values stability, someone who brings stability into every relationship. This person is very self-sacrificing. Like, this is marriage, husband, wife material, life partner material, because they're like made to, that's the thing, Virgo, the mother, is very self-sacrificing energy. And also Capricorn is, I'm going to sacrifice what I'd rather do to accomplish the bigger goal. So this is someone you really want on your team as an artist, if you're an artist, as an entertainer, someone you really want on your team, as your other half, you know, your partner, because it's not just about them, it's about the family, it's about the unit. Whatever is going to benefit the unit the most is what they're going to, you know, do. It's what they're about. Wow. Okay. Interesting energy. Spirit, show me this relationship. What is the energy of the relationship? Security, potential, community, and adventures. Yeah, this person is a really good mix of like fun and stability. We have security, so they know how to save, they know how to make their money make them money. They're, you know, on their own career path. They're stable, they have stability, whatever that means for them. So tapping into this energy, this is someone you can trust, and also this relationship has a lot of potential. This person, I'm telling you, is just like the best person to have in your corner if you're trying to accomplish something. Like if the one thing missing from you being able to create the life that you want for yourself is that you don't have the stability or the team or like the resources, this person is really going to be a big value to you. We have adventures and community. Tapping into this person's energy, they're so trustworthy. Like I said, community, they're really about the bigger picture. They genuinely care for their friends. If their friends need them, they are there for them emotionally, financially, their time, their vessel, whatever they can do. The friend needs to help them move, they're there for them. Friends going through a depression, they're checking in on them. They're showing up at their apartment with the essentials. Like, they're such a dependable, solid person. And the thing about the thing about relationships is a lot of times we could want our partners to only give us all of this. And I feel like if there is tension, that's where it would be. Like, you know, to see this person treat you as well as they treat their friends, like you may feel like they should go above and beyond. And there's definitely things that you're going to get from this person other people won't, like their body physically, them spiritually and emotionally. Sure, they still, you know, emotionally connect with their friends, maybe even physically in terms of like hugs and, you know, support and like being there for them. But there are parts of them that, you know, that you get that other people don't get. But I'm feeling a little bit of tension there. Spirit, show me this relationship, their next long-term relationship. What will it be like? What will it be about? Show me that relationship. We have the Hangman in reverse. It's hard for you to accept who they are or surrender to this relationship for whatever reason. And I feel like it's because they aren't giving you exactly what you asked for. This person is a very fair person, and like I said, anyone would benefit to have this person in their life. But like, I mean, Virgo and Aquarius together coming out as the leading energies, like that is someone who they don't, and Capricorn too, they don't give their entire soul and heart and romance. This isn't that like kind of like heart in the sleeve kind of person that gives you everything. They're very fair, and also they keep things to themselves, like parts of them to themselves, and they're very emotionally intelligent. The Hangman, the King of Coins in reverse, you're like, Spirit, this is not what I asked for. And Spirit is like, this is what you need. You know, someone who gives you a fair amount to be perfectly happy. But you guys may be a little stubborn, or I don't know, there's a little bit of like, maybe you don't have the experience, or maybe immaturity it could be. But just like this idea that someone should like worship you or be obsessed with you, it's like you want someone to overshoot it just so you can feel secure instead of feeling secure because you have security. You want them to overshoot it. You don't want to even sense that you could possibly lose this person. But you know, there's a level of vulnerability required for relationships, and this person is an amazing person for anybody to be with, but this is not the person that's going to put you guys in a situation where, like I said, they will lose the battle to win the war. So it's like, it's not like, how can I describe this? When you don't have any experience with something, like you don't know how to handle it. So something that's very annoying these days is how on social media, everyone wants to control the next person, talk shit about the next person, wants everyone to agree with them or be nice to them. But when you get in the real world, everyone's not nice. And social media is the only place that you have pull. There are like when you're online, it's really hard to like, listen, if you ever seen someone be humbled, that's a social media person, then you get it. But like in the real world, people will be mean to you. And if they don't have a social media account, girl, it don't matter what you say to them. They're not going to be affected by your tirade online. They're not going to lose business, especially if their business isn't based on social media. And also, people don't live their life according to that. So it's kind of just like those people, like how they feel like everyone should agree with them or be nice to them or live in the way that they would want to see the world, trying to force people online to agree with them and be nice to them, etc., etc. And then they get in the real world. Like, that doesn't serve you in the real world. And because this person is so emotionally intelligent, they're like, it does not serve you for me to be obsessed with you. That does not serve you at all, because you don't have the tools to deal with that energy if you ever do encounter it. It's just kind of like, if it's unhealthy, if it's too much, if it's unrealistic, if it's idealistic, this person is not into it. They're very grounded, regardless of their having this air energy, which is very dense and can be felt, but is very, it's kind of like everywhere. It's a very free, uncontainable type of energy. This person is very, they're kind of an enigma. We have the 7 of Coins. They're a very responsible person. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. They're not super like fantastical, like, this person is more of a realist. Spirit, what else can you tell me? Show me this relationship. Tell me about this person. And again, King of Swords, definitely someone you want in your corner. So I don't know why all of this is coming up. Maybe Spirit is, you know, showing you what you need. We have the Justice card here. So this may be a learning lesson for you. It's love through action, stability, dependency. It's not love through physical intimacy, always being around you, stroking your hair, telling you you're pretty. It's love through really showing up for you, taking action when you're going through a low point. This is the person who guaranteed will be there for you when you need some support, and you know, you got a meeting, you have to speak, a public speaking engagement. When you're trying to go for that promotion, this is the person who will stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning going over your answers and doing mock interviews with you. Like, this is that truly like love through action, truly true love kind of person. But 5 of Cups in reverse, fleeting love, unstable love, they're not about that at all. They won't do it. They have so much discipline. And that's the thing, the King of Cups versus the Queen of Cups showed up, and the King of Cups is that masculine, logical, love through action provider energy versus just like the feelings of it all and the feminine, and you need both. But this person is really secure in themselves, and they are a bit stubborn, to be honest. I mean, we got some stubborn energies here, like Aquarius, Capricorn. These are some stubborn energies. So exactly, it's true love, but Knight of Coins in reverse. It won't just be given. You have to earn it. You have to be in alignment with it. Earn it is not the best word to describe it. More just be in alignment with it would be a better way to say it. You know, you have to match that emotionally intelligent frequency and kind of put your feelings to the side and the confusion to the side. And, you know, this person is just, they're really a realist. Let me get a time on this and then we'll keep going. So Spirit, show me the timeline of this relationship. We have March, we have winter. I'm pretty sure March is in winter as well. We have change your attitude, which is interesting. So maybe you're wanting this to come in a certain kind of way, or maybe you're in a frequency that has only hurt you. And the reason why the tension showed up so much, or like maybe even a little bit of jealousy in the beginning of the reading, is because, you know, you're in alignment with a love that is not fulfilling to you. It's not very anchored. We also have Leo season that came up. So you could be a Leo, they could be a Leo, or this could be like the latest, because these are pretty soon, winter and March. July 23rd to August 22nd is Leo season. Let me see what other cards for time show up. Spirit, show me, give me a couple more cards on time, the timing of it all. Maybe you're getting in alignment with this now. Cool. We got number 16. You could be born on the 16th. They could be born on the 16th. You could meet on the 16th of the month. Oh God, we have years. And that's the reality sometimes. I mean, especially, see, a little bit of this is up to chance, which is so interesting because we got the change your attitude card. So if you've ever experienced being taken off like your natural timeline because of a person, then you know through experience what it can be like when you end up dating someone or making one move and you end up dealing with someone for years or months, and it's like, dang, that wasted my time, or I didn't have to be in that relationship, like that really got me off track. This could be significantly longer rather than sooner, depending on your growth and alignment with this relationship. We have your dreams need a practical plan with the full moon in Taurus. So there's an energy here that you do want stability, security, that person that you can really depend on, that person that is really mature, just emotionally, you know, in all ways. But, you know, that's what you desire, but you need to get on a path that actually puts you in alignment with that frequency. I would recommend The Complete Idiot's Guide to Alchemy. I freaking love that book. It's always like my first stop, the book that I recommend for people getting into spirituality. If you don't know where to start, The Complete Idiot's Guide to Alchemy is definitely an amazing book. It's got so many different things in it and different ways that you can branch out. But it teaches you the process of transmutation. So it teaches you how to transform yourself in very real, practical ways that you can actually apply and that you will see unfold from years to come. The Complete Idiot's Guide to Alchemy is one of the first spiritual books that I read that actually gave me tools and different things that I had become interested in, etc., etc. So I would recommend that. If you've gone through a breakup, that's a great book to read to help you learn how to transmute that situation, but also yourself. And if you're trying to get from one frequency to another, that's an amazing book to read to transmute your current frequency to the one that is in alignment. And it's kind of like you can learn through experience, or you can be intentional about this and put yourself in alignment with this. So if you learn through experience, it'll likely take longer, just because you know, then you have to kind of like learn all these micro lessons, like how to get yourself out and and just all these other things that you weren't even due to learn. This is interesting too. Taurus may be significant for you. You may be a Taurus, they may be a Taurus. We got the full moon in Taurus and the new moon in Taurus that came out. The new moon in Taurus says prosperity lies ahead. So Spirit is saying, like, even though there's work to be done here, prosperity is in your future. You will be prosperous. This relationship you will get to experience. Whether it's, you know, sooner or later, that part's up to you, but you will receive it and you will be happy one day. Absolutely. And it's just about, like, how bad do you want it? Are you really ready to do what needs to be done? Because that's the Virgo energy I was talking about. Like, Virgo has this ability to lose the battle to win the war. So for you, embodying that Virgo energy, being in alignment with that Virgo energy is like, okay, I want love to come through now, and I don't want to do a whole bunch of work to get it, but I'm going to take this L and I'm going to go into hermit mode for a while, and I'm going to lose this battle because I would rather have it now, but I'm going to surrender that so I can win the war and actually have the relationship that I want, you know, by winter, by March, by Leo season. I'm not going to wait years for it. I'm going to do the work now so that I can have what it is that I want. And it's that self-sacrifice. We have the full moon in Aries. A fiery climax approaches, and the fixed moon. Hold your vision. There may be something that can, you know, kind of cause some sort of spontaneous combustion, spontaneous change in your reality coming up soon. So look out for that. I feel like Spirit's like, I'm gonna give you something that can help you with the fiery climax and hold your vision. Stay focused on what you want, set your intention. Spirit is coming through with an opportunity for you to kind of prove yourself or to get in alignment with this significantly sooner. Like I said, I would definitely recommend that book, The Complete Idiot's Guide to Alchemy. But yeah, that is what I got for you. That is everything that came out, group 3. My Etsy shop is below in the description if you want a private tarot reading. That is where you can find me. But that is what I got for you today. I'll talk to you soon. All right, group 4, this is your reading with the smoky quartz, using the Crystal Visions Tarot for you guys today to tap into your next long-term relationship, who they are and when. Spirit, this is for group 4 with the smoky quartz. Show me their person and their next long-term relationship. Who is this person? Ooh, we got Jupiter, we got Capricorn, a very wealthy and abundant person. Someone, I'm specifically seeing a table with all of these different foods on it, like Chinese food, all of these different boxes. Is like they don't make you choose. They want you to be able to have a little taste of everything, a very hearty. When it comes to their home, they like a big, comfortable home, a big, comfortable car. They like to be comfortable. They like luxury. And I don't just mean that in the sense of brands, but like they like to feel very comfortable, and they like to feel different textures. They like textures. They like soft, warm, textures. Ooh, we got the moon and the sun, the masculine and the feminine, which is so funny because when the Capricorn card came out, I was hearing Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. You may be a Cancer or a Capricorn, and Cancer is the direct opposite of Capricorn. You know, they're the opposite signs on the zodiac wheel, and it's funny how that still came out in this reading through these other cards with the sun and the moon. You know, we have the masculine and the feminine here. So this person is very warm, loving, soft, easy to connect with, easy to talk to, very connected to their own feminine energy, to their emotions. And we have Aquarius, which is interesting. I do feel like I'm tapping into a masculine, but with the Aquarius energy, you know, I was just explaining this to group 3. Aquarius is the water bearer. So people see Aquarius as aloof. Aquarian's not aloof at all. They know exactly how you feel, but they're choosing internally whether or not they're going to engage in it. So if they don't see any benefit to letting you know how they feel, or, you know, to allowing their feminine energy, their emotional energy, through, then they kind of conceal that. You know, they're the water bearer, but they feel it just like you feel it. So tapping into this person's energy, I feel like you're in their soft spot, and like you're their person. They see you as their person that they can share those intimate parts with them that maybe society isn't really set up to honor. This also may be someone who's a very masculine person in their natural energy, but just completely switches with you. Like this could be a total boss babe, got an amazing career, making good money, doesn't take no, you know, BS from anyone, but when it comes to you, they just absolutely melt. So Spirit, show me the energy of the relationship. This is very interesting. There's an energy of you guys sharing something very special together. And I keep hearing the home. That could be coming from Jupiter, the Jupiter energy. This could be a roommate that you meet. You could start off as roommates. You could end up living together rather quickly. And that's so funny because this person really has a soft spot for you. So say you argue with your parents, or you don't live in the best home situation. This person has so much access that to them it just makes sense. Like, come live with me if you're struggling. That doesn't mean that you're mine. That doesn't mean that you have to give me all your time, energy, and attention, but I'm living very well, you know. Come let me be your escape. And that's going to be one of the things that really show you that this is the person that you've been waiting for. How they make space for you. That's a huge sign when you're getting in a relationship. When that person makes space for you, whether that's time for you, whether that's physical space at their house, space in their schedule, they allow you into their life, they make you feel welcomed when they're going to an event with their friends, whatever. They make space for you. And we have the Truth card here, so it's kind of like you guys have a lot of space within each other emotionally. They're able to really embrace who they are and what they really feel without having to be so masculine, such a go-getter all the time. You feel really safe with them. You're creating space for them as well to be who they are. And you may be the kind of person who's only holding space for one person, because I keep feeling this juxtaposition where it's like there's an energy of you being kind of like really stern or disciplined when it comes to dating, but with this person you give them so much grace because their energy, when it's combined with your energy, that's just the natural, that's just the vibe, that's the flow, and vice versa in their own way. We have healing chaos. So there's a lot of attachments that you guys have from the outside world that low key you really hate, but you can't really embrace that until you get into that safe space. Like, for an example, if you're a feminine or a woman, just to keep it completely clear, if you're a woman that maybe you like, more of a tomboyish style, but that doesn't attract to you as many love offers as you like, you may conform. And then once you get in a relationship, then you'll be able to kind of like be your more true self because you have the security of, okay, I've already secured a relationship, so I don't have to dress to impress or to appeal to a potential life partner. I can just kind of be myself. I'm feeling a lot of that energy here with you guys, group 4. A lot of attachments from the outside world, whether that's family, society, friends, your community that you grew up in, whatever. But you guys are both healing that chaos within each other because you're allowed to be free and because you have this person holding space for you. So let me see. We have the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Something about choices I'm feeling here. I feel like you may have been in a relationship where your ex allowed it to fall apart, or they allowed things to go left in order to get you to take the action to fix things or bring them together in some way. There's an energy here of you may be dating a lazy partner or someone who would not take action or do what needed to be done to keep the relationship together. They didn't have the discipline or the proof behind what they were, saying or wanting. It was just like they kind of expected somehow, some way things to happen. And so that may have been originally what put you in this masculine energy. You may be the kind of person where it's like, if I don't do it, it doesn't get done. You may have that approach when it comes to work, which is why you've seen success or are aligned with success in the workplace or in your career. This may come from, childhood. If your parents weren't as present as they could be, whether because they had to work or they just weren't, whatever. You may have had to really kind of be your own advocate and raise yourself and kind of teach yourself. So you're used to taking action. That's going to be really different. I'm hearing, what was I just hearing? POV by Ariana Grande. And there's a part of the song where she's talking about she's learning to receive. And I feel that energy here with you guys is like, damn, a lot being undone here with the healing chaos. And we have the Hangman. So it's very natural. Like, you naturally surrender to this person. You allow them to lead. You allow them to show you and to love you. And with the Strength card here, you still have all of your strength and you're still allowed to be who you are. But I do feel like this relationship is the catalyst to a lot of positive change in your life and a lot of personal growth. We got the Moon card at the bottom of the deck, so you definitely didn't expect it. And we did have the Moon that came out. I see you being kind of mothered and parented and just loved in a way here. This relationship is surprisingly very easy, but there's definitely a lot of healing happening. Oh wow, we got the Empress that just came out. And see, that's the crazy thing. I'm getting such a stark difference between masculine and feminine energy in this spread. It feels so like night and day. It feels so like cut and dry. And with this Empress card, I'm getting an energy that you or them may feel like you weren't feminine if you did certain things, but this person, you're very much so able to be feminine, truly. And it's like society's idea of feminine may be very different from your idea of feminine. My mom worked way harder than my dad, if we're keeping it a buck. And a lot of the mothers that I know in my life work harder than the masculine. So as much as people want to say, oh, you know, to like, even my grandmother didn't have to work a day in her life, only started working later in her life because she wanted to, and she started her own business. When she was raising her kids, she did not work, but she did a lot. Like, she didn't go work for someone, but she still did a lot. And she would be like the epitome of what someone would say is a feminine woman, because she took care of the household, etc., etc. But there's just like this masculine and feminine like reversing of what it actually means that I feel like you guys have experienced, that have caused you to kind of like dislike yourself or feel like you were doing something wrong, or feel like you weren't in a relationship because you were being too masculine when you weren't being masculine at all. And this person gives you that validation. Or like I said, it could be vice versa. We have the Unknown card. The Crystal Visions Tarot is one of the few tarot decks that have like an extra card in them. And the Unknown card showed up in reverse for you. So you're going to be very sure that this is your person. Very sure that this is the person that you've been waiting for. We got the World here as well. There's like an energy of you being so confident that this is how it's supposed to be in terms of a relationship. This is how it feels to be loved properly. And also being able to shine this light on yourself, like, you know what, I did do it right, because look at where I am. I'm happy, while all those people who were telling me I wasn't being feminine are still fucking single. Dang it. I didn't mean to say the F word. You two don't like that. But they're still single. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. That's the energy of things feeling really easy and just being as they should be here. You guys are taking it really slow. You have something genuine. We have the Two of Swords and the Three of Wands. So there's a pleasant surprise with this person. Two of Swords is honestly a card of kind of ignoring some very important things. And I feel like this is about you ignoring who you should be or what you know in your soul and your spirit, so that you can kind of fall in line, so you can still experience certain things that you want for yourself. And also kind of, I'm just getting this energy of you like literally covering your eyes while you're in this relationship, because you don't want to see them in any other way. And also you don't want one day to wake up and see like it was all an illusion. Like, there's this energy of you kind of being afraid, so you're covering your eyes in this relationship. But we have the Three of Wands. You're allowing your heart to be your compass, or your solar plexus, I feel actually. You're allowing like your innermost self to be your compass and to lead you further, deeper into this relationship, into this connection. We got the Sun card. at the bottom of the deck. So it's time for you guys to be happy, you know. It really is. And I feel like you've lived a lot of life, and so have they. And it's just like comfort, ease, clarity, sincerity, all of these wonderful energies here in this relationship. Spirit, show me the timeline for group 4. When is this happening? Sooner than you expect. And we got winter. Ooh, exciting. That is exciting. You guys may be a little bit jaded, like not super excited about when things will come in, not super excited or even focused on love. Still interested, still want love, but not putting like all your eggs in one basket or allowing yourself to get overly invested in any possible way that things can go. There's definitely a tendency you guys have to cap your happiness so that you don't end up like embarrassed or sad when things don't work out properly. Anything else on the timeline? Ooh, okay. Spirit said stop there, stop there. We have winter and sooner than you would expect, okay? Spirit, what else does group 4 need to know about this long-term relationship? It's a forever ting. I just heard that was definitely one of my guides. We have transformation, a fresh new way of living emerges. So this is the confirmation of everything that we have read up until this point, that this relationship will truly transform you in the best possible way. And it's like not even a full transformation, because it's the space. It's the allowance for you to live the truth that you already know deep down in your soul that you kind of have to suppress so that you can get to a certain point. You know, it's kind of like, it's just the reality. When you're at work, if you're, you know, ratchet, you like to have a good time, you got to suppress, you got to, you know, save the ratchet for the car ride home. You know, get ratchet in the car, get ratchet at home or at the club, whatever you like to do. But if you're in a professional workplace, you know, you got to kind of temper yourself so that you can have, you know, your stability and make sure you're not getting in the way of that. So there's an energy of that here, of you guys having to suppress yourself. And for some of you, for a lot of you, it's not a super deep, low vibrational thing where it's like, oh, that really like, you know, changed you as a person, and it's like this deep healing and crazy, you know, all these things you have to go through. We did have healing chaos, so there's definitely an energy of like a bunch of unnecessary just projections from society or, you know, friends, family, community, whoever, whatever. But there is a transformation happening, and it's more validating that you're right, or at least that you are right when it comes to your own truth. What you believed in your spirit is what's for you. And that's the thing, like everyone's DNA, genetic makeup is different. We're all uniquely made and different. We have different, you know, different elements of our DNA. So the way that works for one person or even a group of people is not the way that works for everybody. It's just not. So I just love that you guys are getting that confirmation that it's like, you know, you don't have to do the most to change yourself to be feminine or whatever. You're still able to have happiness and love. We have discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth, which is crazy because we had the truth card come up from the other deck, as the same deck as healing chaos. So there's definitely an energy here of you discovering truth. We have a narrow pathway, tread thoughtfully. I feel like this is talking about the now. We got winter and sooner than you expect. So you're in a narrow pathway right now. But there's definitely a little bit of an energy of you kind of like, you know, skating off. You know that picture? If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But there's like this little picture of, I forget who it is. It's like Future, or maybe it's a basketball player, but they got this like mischievous look on their face and they're kind of like running off. That's just like the energy I get with you guys, where it's like, damn, I'm running off. I'm getting my happiness. Everybody thought I was going to fail, or everybody was telling me to do X, Y, Z, and I got my shit. Like, yes, like there's a little bit of that energy here. Finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source, I would definitely say that's a present energy as well for you to do now, but also something that you will have in this relationship. You know, you're getting your safe space to be, to live your truth. And we have uncovering treasure. So this is definitely going to be a surprise with that Two of Swords energy. It's like you got the gold chest in front of you and it's so bright that like the light is peeking through in the cracks of your fingers as you're trying to cover your eyes, but you still don't want to look because you don't want to look and you know, I don't know, just get disappointed. But this is definitely not a disappointment. Spirit really said for you, like this is for you. And then we have surrendering to the journey, release control, which is what the Hangman is exactly about. I love how this deck mirrored all these other cards that you got. The Hangman is all about surrender. You know, you're hung upside down. The only way that you're going to get out of this situation is by surrendering. And when you're in this position, you do need to release control. Control, CTRL. That may be an album that you were really into by SZA at a period of time. But releasing control is definitely going to be a huge part of you allowing this. And that's all you have to do is allow it. It's coming in sooner than you expect. And it's like you're already in alignment with it. And all there is for you to do is really be disciplined. So yeah, guys, that is what I have for you. My Etsy is below in the description if you want a private tarot reading. And that is where you can find me. But that is your message. That is what I have for you today. I love you. We'll talk soon.